a Rastaman do his thing. You see, he got bling, 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 bling.
Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Ernest Faison Show. You missed me, didn't you? I missed you.
Never Alone Foundation, and somehow it's always been important to me. Everyone does matter. You know, I've always believed
totally
that.
agree.
I have always felt that way, and
Even the
somehow-
wino on the street.
Oh,
Because he
especially-
wasn't a wino one time. That man could have been a PhD who had a life situation knock him down, and he turned to the bottle.
Well, you know, Ernst, I was a nurse. I trained. Was quite something, and I was young at the
You
time.
got to be uniquely qualified to do that.
Well, we were on the west side, lower Manhattan, so we had the Bowery, we had the docks, we had 42nd Street, we went all the way up. And so many of our patients were from the Bowery.
Yeah.
And it was such an experience to meet and take care of and really get to know these gentlemen. And as you say,
Florence Nightingale.
they used to love coming to St. Vincent's because if they came in with chest pain,
Yeah.
they knew they'd be admitted overnight because that was the rule of the hospital.
Oh, is that right?
I was walking by one of the hotels in lower Manhattan, and I heard one of the guys say to the other guy, "Hey, you know what? If you want, go into St. Vincent's emergency room. Tell them you have chest pain. They have to admit you overnight. The food is good. The student nurses are great."
That is
But one of the
funny.
things that I did definitely experience so many times is that these men were just amazing. And as you say, they could have been anything.
That's
And
right.
just had went under some hard times. And
Well, I guess the moral of that story, Sally, to me, is don't judge people.
exactly.
By the way, I want you to judge this. You're watching PEG Alright TV, the Ernest Faison Show. I float like a butterfly and sting like a bee, but she stings even harder. Her name is Salley Gibney. Oh, I rhymed on that, didn't I?
You did, you did.
Now,
You
please
should
tell the people under the sound of my voice this wonderful thing that's going to take place next Tuesday, March 28th.
March 28th is the 11th annual Worldwide I Matter, You Matter Day.
Right. Can you guys zoom in on that? Is it possible?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It's a day to remind ourselves and each other that everyone matters.
That is
And
so true.
this year we're doing it, well, it started when I had my foundation 11 years ago. And when my husband became ill with ALS, I dissolved the foundation because I was taking care of him. But I continued to share these little coins, which I have to tell you about.
I have one in my hand.
I know. And so, so this year, the idea is to have 1 million acts of caring around the world by March 28th. So we started March 1st with this. And it's just something as simple as a smile, a wave, a hi, hello. Just a simple little act of caring.
And you know what, Sally? More so now than ever,
Absolutely.
we need love.
Yeah.
What is that? All we need is
Love.
love. Here we
All
are
we
here,
need
grooving.
is love.
We do though. I
Oh,
joke,
we
but
do.
I mean more so now than ever. People
Absolutely.
are lost. They don't know which way to go.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to seek it out, but
Yeah.
they can't find it.
And do you know what?
We're glad you found us. You're watching PEG RITV, the Ernest Facing Show. You like it?
I love that.
You like it?
Yeah.
Station ID, bada bing, bada boom, boom.
I really, really do.
Yes, ma'am.
Ernest, there seems to be a straight line dividing us these days.
Oh, I know where it's going.
And the beauty of a straight line is that it can become
It
a
can go into a circle.
and it can bring us all together.
That is
and
so
I
pronounced.
so firmly believe that there is so much more common ground than we realize. There really is a lot of common ground, and if we can meet at that common ground, then we can start, bringing ourselves together in other ways. But there is common ground.
I totally agree with you, Sally. I think if everybody thought alike and dressed alike, we'd be a
Boring. Exactly. Well, I was fortunate as a child. We had friends who were different. I had many friends who I was very close to, African American or Asian, and we all just we liked each other. We got to know each other, and because of that, I've never had an issue with anyone who was different. I've always embraced everyone who was different, and it was a gift. I believe that I was able to
You and I are
get to know
unique
people.
in that we feel that way, but I'm telling you, there are a lot of people who stay amongst their own, and that's okay. That's okay. But I like to be able to think that I can think outside of the box, so that whenever I do come to an arena like this, with a person like yourself, with all of these wonderful experiences, that I do have something that I can bring to the table.
Absolutely.
I had a gentleman on, and Holly will appreciate this, Mr. Jerry Morgan. Mr. Jerry Morgan from Gary, Indiana. Jerry, how you doing?
Gary.
Yeah. But, I mean, he was on the same street just about from the Jackson 5. He grew up there.
Oh, wow.
And also, when I sang to you, the Spaniels, good night, sweetheart,
Well,
it's time. You know what I mean? These kind of people. If I had been narrow-minded, I would never have been in the arena to be able to put forth the thought to even bring a person like that on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you speak clear as far as thinking outside of the box.
Really, yeah.
And we all matter. Everybody matter. You people matter.
Well, we all have something to share,
For sure.
and we can all learn from each other. And I
totally
think that's
agree.
really important. And I think, I think I especially enjoy being with our children. Children, they so get it. They really are so beautiful. They're our future. They're our hope.
Who did that song? I believe the children are the future.
Yeah.
Teach them well and let them. It's
Exactly.
true.
Wasn't it Whitney?
Yes,
Whitney
it was.
Houston
It
sing
was.
that.
God
Yeah.
rest her soul.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, it's true, and I speak to children a lot about the I Matter, You Matter, and reaching out to each other. When I had the foundation, we started a program called I Matter, You Matter, Start the Conversation, and it was a positive approach to bullying. And we interviewed over
that's cool.
720 kids to get questions that we could incorporate into that program. And the kids are amazing.
They are.
Kids are
They
amazing.
are. Again, March 28th, we would like to get 1 million people to believe that they matter.
Exactly.
And here in a few minutes, she's going to give you the story behind these wonderful little coins here. Made
My
of
little
wood.
caring coins.
1 million people. It
Or
can happen.
1 million acts of caring.
Acts of caring.
Yeah, because
Yeah. Even better. Even better.
yeah, and
for Carrie. He shows his affection in a different way, right, Holly?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to hurt me worse than it hurts you, but I want you to take this here.
Oh, I
take
know.
it home with you.
I know.
You know, for sure.
I'm a Jets fan.
I'm so glad that you're on my show.
Oh, I am too. What team do you root for? I root for the Jets. Everyone
Well,
says to me
what we have here, you're watching Peg TV, the Ernest Faison Show. I have a lovely lady by the name of Salley Gibney. She's with I Matter, You Matter. We're going to try to get 1,000,000 acts of kindness by next Tuesday. The team that I root for, and we've had a drought big time, the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jerry Jones cannot get out of his own way. The last time we won one was in the 90s, so
Yeah.
we're overdue.
Well, I love the Jets because John Schmidt, who is the center for the Jets, way back, when the Joe Namath era.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
you guys are deprived even longer than us.
Oh, I know, but
Joe Namath, I was young going through that tunnel with that finger up in the air, Broadway Joe.
well, we used to because John was a very dear friend of ours, and we would go to the games with them, and then we'd go out with Joe and all the guys, Matt Snell and Emerson
is that
Boozer
right?
and all those guys.
Emerson Boozer.
Oh yeah,
wow.
They were great. We would go out after all the games, and
that's outstanding.
It was a lot
Joe
of fun.
Namath with the fur coat and the cigar.
Oh yeah, and he was fun. I mean, it was
New York's most eligible bachelor.
Yeah,
Oh boy. If them walls could talk.
If then walls could talk.
Yeah.
But so I'm a Jet fan. Usually when I tell people I'm a Jet fan, they say, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
So my understanding, Salley, that you've been in the cable access show business for a little while. What was your show? Did you have a show now, Caring Connection?
Yes, but I started over 20 years ago. I started with a show in Vermont.
Right.
I had a number of different shows there, and Celebrate Ourselves, Let's
Did you have
Talk.
something under duress? I was reading something about Let's Talk.
Let's
that
Talk.
was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that one about?
It was fun. Well,
Talk.
as I went along, I would do a show with a certain Celebrate Ourselves, and then as time went on, it was time for a change, and then we do the Good News Show, and then we would do Let's Talk. So we changed the title of the show as we went along, and just kind of changed the concept a little bit. But it was always about caring.
You know, the most powerful force on the face of the earth is love. Mm-hmm. And love covers a multitude of sin.
True.
It's in the Bible.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody say. Love covers all. All you hardcore people, get used to it. Love is the key.
That's what it's about.
It really is.
It really
and
is.
not only that, we're here to take care of each other. Mm-hmm. We really are.
Yeah.
We need to get our kids off these cell phones, and we need to have them to start doing due process, because there's no such thing as an easy button in life.
Right. Right.
Trial and error. I got a lot of knots on his head, Salley, didn't I tell you? You're going to learn today. Holly, some of that Southern, you know what I'm saying?
I so believe in our children, because as I say, I have 4 grandchildren, and they're absolutely fabulous. I just adore them, and I have so much fun with them. And my children will say to them, don't talk to strangers unless you're with Grammy, because Grammy talks to everybody. And they just, Alan will say to me, Grammy, how many new friends are you going to make today? And I think the children get it. They are so open.
Well, you went in the right profession, nursing, because you exude giving back. I mean, it's true. It's true.
Well,
I'm kind of Zen-like, and I kind of be still and know, and I know what I'm looking at. So it's a perfect segue for me now to speak about how it was that you got to be on the Ernest Faison Show. You want to start it out, and then I'm going to finish it up.
Okay. Well, it was really interesting, because I was coming to pick up copies of my show, and I was going to do it later in the week, and then for some reason something said to me, no, you've got to do it today. Do it today. Right. Just go up there and do it today.
And I was just coming out of the steam room, so steam bath makes you like a limp noodle. So I wanted to go home and just chill and sit in the lazy boy. Go on.
So I came here to pick up the copies of my show, and you happened to be sitting there. filling out your forms.
I did, because I was editing is what it was all about.
You were editing,
So
okay.
you got to,
Yeah.
dot all your I's and cross all your T's.
Especially with Nathan,
Nathan.
here.
Yeah, Nathan
Nathan is
the
great.
professionalist.
He keeps us right in line. He
with
does.
this dry sense of humor he
Yes,
has there.
absolutely.
So again, I was tired, I was a little exhausted, but anyway, something told me, go ahead and perform your editing skills and this and that. And so I did that, and I look up, and the doorbell rings, and here's this delightful lady comes in there with a smile that just lights up the world. And I come to find out, and then what it was, I know what it was. I was looking at your cards.
Right.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So I like to read. I like to know about different things, and I was like, wow, I matter. Okay.
Yeah.
What is this?
And you do.
And voila, here's the lady who came up with the concept of I matter, you matter. And from there, man.
And here we are.
Yeah,
And here we are.
mushroomed into kind of educating people about March 28th, 1,000,000 acts of kindness. Next Tuesday. I think it's going to be 10 million.
I hope. It's so interesting, Ernest, because I have 1,098 friends on Facebook.
Oh.
That's because of my foundation. And so I've started sending individual messages out to each one.
Yes.
Now, I still have about 500 more to go. But it is so amazing, the responses that I'm getting back from people. So many people are saying, thank you. You don't know what this means to me. Just my little message that I sent to them, telling them that they matter and that they've made a difference in the world, and to keep sharing the message. People are yearning for this. I really believe
Especially
that today.
now.
Yeah, and COVID did such a number on everybody.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh my gosh, so many people, and especially our children. I did a show with some young people, and they were sharing how hard it was for them. Just being isolated, not having the connection with the other people. And I just feel that these little simple acts of caring, these little
Being
acts
right
of
up
kindness.
on each other in the same house all the time, can't really go out. You see all these subtle idiosyncrasies that didn't come out before come out now.
Sure. And also, parents are trying to work. Many of them were working at home. The kids are trying to do school at home. It's very, very, difficult time for everyone, and it set
I think
everyone
people went back to some of their old habits, drinking,
whatever.
molestation,
it was
whatever.
Just a really
whatever.
hard time, and I think now it's time for us to start reaching out to each other, and as I say, just simple little acts of
Reach out
caring and
and
touch
touch
someone.
Somebody's
Yeah,
hand. We having church on here.
I think we could do an amateur hour.
We could do it because here's what I'm doing. I'm doing the PEG RITV, like where I did the Ernest Facing show. I have a beacon of light, Miss Salley Gibney. She is with I Matter, You Matter. That's going to be March 28th. It's going to be over 1,000,000. I say 10 million acts of kindness.
Wouldn't that be great?
For
Don't you
sure.
love those two little bears?
I do.
The first I Matter, You Matter event that we had, this was 11 years ago in Vermont, and we had all the schools involved, and the children did all these little posters,
Yes.
and this was one of the posters that one of the kids
You
did.
know, I matter, you matter. You keep saying that. So I read a little bit, and I think about the book, I'm Okay, You're Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Id, Super Ego, Id. Some of you people out there, you remember that, right?
Yeah.
I'm okay, you're okay. Remember
Yeah,
that?
absolutely.
That's in also the Norman Vincent Peale, if you can believe, you can achieve. Yeah, all of these things. These things stuck with me, indelible impression.
Yeah.
Because I was very impressionable. And being part of the military community, like you said, all these different nationalities of people, man.
Sure.
So my eyes are wide open, not wide shut,
Yeah,
like some people are.
It's hard, and I think just by sharing the message and reaching out, and again, our children are our hope.
I agree. So Nathan gave me a little tidbit. You were donating blood, and he said it was a bloody show. So he wanted me to say that. And, you remember that, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Of course you do.
We do. We do. And that there's so many things that we can do, and so many ways that we can reach out to each other and just make a difference.
You're right. You know what I found, Holly? I was just speaking to him about it today. and God works in mysterious ways. One of my calling is that me being ex-military, there are a lot of veterans. I hope that you people are listening on the sound of my voice right now, you veterans out there. I'm going to be doing a show because I know a lot of you got injured while you were on duty. I will be doing a show here, God willing, the next few weeks or so, and it's going to teach you how you can file your claim and you can get what's rightfully due to you. So please stay tuned because we love you.
Well, Ernst, when I had my foundation, we did a lot with my little coins. It started with a dream I had 20 years ago.
These are beautiful.
And I would in the dream I was holding this wooden coin, and it's with an angel and the message, "You're never alone." And I sat there thinking, I was feeling alone. And I realized that everyone feels alone at one time or another. So it's a long story. I had the coins made and started sharing them. And the first group that I shared them to were 650 Vermonters who were going to Mississippi to train to go to Iraq. And I got 650 coins to them with notes signed by people to let them know that they matter and that people cared about them. And I got so many emails back that they were wearing them with their dog tag. And it meant so much to know that somebody at home cared about them. And over the years with the foundation, we were so involved. We went to every pre and post deployment event in Vermont. So many coins thousands and thousands and thousands of coins went to our troops. And we would go to White River Junction on Memorial Day and Veterans Day and hand the coin to one of the veterans and say, "Thank you for your service." I can't tell you how many of them said to me, this was the first thank you they ever received. So
that's a beautiful thing. You know what, Sally? I think I have a vision. It just came to me that there's 7 continents on this earth. I think it's safe to say that people like myself, Holly, and other people out here, we're going to get this message out there. And I can see this actually mushrooming and people in Australia knowing about this.
Well, we brought them to Bangladesh. We brought them to the border in Mexico. I mean, they've gone to Germany, they've gone to Italy, they've gone all around the world. 150,000 of these coins have gone around the world.
I've got connections in Hawaii. I mean, they'll definitely be there. We're just going to put our heads together and make this happen.
Yeah.
Because
it's the
in
message.
this time when people are taking, we have a lady here who is trying to give.
Well.
And this is the beautiful thing. And she's giving, and she doesn't want anything in return, just a smile.
And a hug. I love hugs.
She's a big
hugs are great.
I tell you, you went in the right career field, nursing.
Well, actually, I wanted to be a lawyer.
Did you?
I did. When I was young, and I would watch Bobby Kennedy when he did the interview, the Hoffa things. I was so taken by that, and I thought, oh my gosh, I want to be a lawyer. But my uncle was a lawyer, and he said this was, in the '60s. Late 50s, early 60s, and he said it's not the time for a woman yet.
Right.
He said the time will come, but at that point you were a secretary, a teacher, or a nurse.
Okay.
So I decided to become a nurse, and I loved being a nurse. I really did. But there was a part of me that always wished I had given it a shot.
I heard that. Now I see here. I took in my notes there. Entrepreneur. What part of your life took you into the entrepreneur?
I guess the coins, really.
The coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, mushroomed into a lot.
Yeah. It started with one little dream and just.
Okay, Holly, my trusted camera guy has told. Well, by the way, you're watching PEG TV, the Ernest Facing Show.
I love how you
She
do that.
loves that. I'm gonna call her my paisan now. I'm gonna adopt her as my aunt. Miss Salley Gibney, she's a wonderful human being. We got about another 3 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you about 30 seconds to look into that camera 3 right there and tell people what it is you want to know and why you're here and just etc.
I just want to share with you that each one of you matters. Every single one of us matters. Reach out to each other, share a little smile, a wave, a hi, whatever, because everyone matters.
That was so well said. We all do matter. And I don't know how to say it any better. Really.
Simple.
Yeah.
just so simple.
It is simple.
Yeah.
And what's simple is on the 28th of March, which is next Tuesday,
Yeah.
you want $1 million. I'm saying 10 million.
Well, I hope so.
I'm
That would be
saying
so
10
cool.
million.
I would
Why
love
lowball ourselves?
Exactly.
Why lowball ourselves?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
agree
yeah,
with you
yeah.
100%. It's so simple.
Because
And you know,
love-
the thing is that the reason that we did the countdown was that we hope as we get used to doing it, we just keep doing it. So you don't stop on March 28th. Keep going with these acts of kindness and these acts of caring.
You know, it was always told to me, son, my mother's up in glory now, but I take her everywhere I go. She said, a little bit of kindness goes a long way. And you people know that too.
Yeah. A little bit of sugar.
Sugar, yeah, you know,
Helps the
you
medicine
show
go
somebody,
down.
you show somebody that you caring about them and you got their state of well-being at
Absolutely.
heart. They'll never forget that, especially in different countries.
It spreads.
I've
It
traveled
spreads.
extensively, and what I've found is that, boy, people look out for you.
Yeah. Oh,
You
they
know?
do. They respond.
Yeah, they'll look out for you.
They respond. You know, we are wired for caring. We certainly are wired for caring, and I think
That's
when we
right.
share that little bit of caring with acts of kindness, there's no
Right.
stopping.
I'm wired for caring because I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan,
Oh.
and what we need to do is to care about Jerry Jones.
Well, how about the
because Holly, I think it's a problem. What we have here is a failure. We're having so much fun, man! What a blessing to have Miss Salley Gibney on the show.
Thank
She's
you
with
for
I Matter,
inviting
You
me.
Matter, March 28th. And she's saying $1 million, I'm saying 10 million. Holly, how much time do I have left? We got
1
1
minute.
minute.
Thank
you know
you.
what? It's been fun.
Thank you so much for having me.
But we've
Yeah.
got to run.
I love
If
that.
this party is never seen again, let it be known that it was well made. We're out. Till next time. God bless you.
Bling, 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 bling. He's a Rastaman, do his thing. You see, he got bling, 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 bling. Hey, laddie man. Some people have to know the diamond ring. Driving around with spinning rims. Walking down the street in fancy things. But really don't know anything. They just got bling,